All right, welcome here to Maximum Speed Racing, where the racing here is going to be great here. I believe there's going to be a lot going on. A lot going on here tonight. So make sure you follow us here.
Disconnected. Connected. Channel switched.
Follow us here at MaxSpeedTV and follow along with we broadcast pretty much 6 nights a week, and you can follow us here. Uh-oh. What that was. But they had a little driver's meeting, get things off and rolling here, and hopefully we're going to get into some good racing tonight. We're running 125 laps here, so I'm expecting a pretty good race as these guys get things fired off here, and probably going to get a few more practice laps in. 3 minutes here till qualifying begins. Time enough to go get you something to drink, take a bathroom break, whatever, and get back here in time for qualifying. Okay, qualifying's getting ready to start here, so hope you're all excited as I am. Get this thing underway here. 125 laps tonight at Las Vegas. This should be a pretty darn good race here. The cars do hook up really well here for a 1.5 mile track. The B car, as slick as it does drive, they do hook up quite well here. Now, once they get about 5-6 laps on their tires, they do get a little bit more bite coming off the turns. So hopefully after the first 4 or 5 laps, we start seeing the cars start coming in and grabbing a little bit better. Until then, the guys are going to have to be a little careful out there with, you know, they could have a little bit of slick conditions for the first 4 or 5 laps. 1.5 mile oval this one is. Definitely a fan favorite. Heard a lot of the drivers talking about this driver throughout the evening here earlier. How much they really like this track. Does have a lot of good grip on it. A little different than some of the other 1.5 miles. Not sure why. It could be just the configuration, the banking, but it does seem to get really good bite coming off. And again, like I said, these guys are going to have to manage their tires. This is going to be a fuel mileage race. They're probably going to have to make 2 pit stops. I don't believe one pit stop is not going to make it. I don't think they can make it 62 laps on the tank of fuel. All right, William Kirk so far coming in on the pole with a 31.160. That's a smoking hot lap there. I was watching them in practice. They were running about the 31s, low 31s, and very good. And to be out there by yourself to turn that kind of a lap, that's pretty impressive. We may see some high 30s. Not sure, as you know, a lot of these guys get out here and They've practiced this now for an hour. David Shutt rolling in about 4/1000ths of a second quicker than Kirk. Not bad. Pretty good lap. We've yet to see a couple of the other guys come out here. Have to see how these guys roll off here. Travis Townsend hasn't turned a lap yet. Sean Butler hasn't turned a lap. Tommy Lee. And I don't believe these guys are going to be starting in the back. I highly doubt that here. Although it is a long race, you know, the guys may be going to try to show a little patience here. Not sure. Nope. Townsend coming in now with even a lower 31. 116. About 41/1000ths of a second quicker than David Shutt. Jared Akey coming in with a 31.3. Vic Greenwood 31.3. Kevin O'Brien with a 31.4. So from first to 10th, we're talking about 0.3 of a second from first to 10th place. So really, that's not very much. All right, Kevin Schofield laying down a good lap. Tommy Lee coming in with a 31.2 on his first lap. Rolling into the 4th place. I don't know if my Twitch chat's working or not. I don't know if you guys are chatting to me. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this doggone thing. I just can't seem to get it to work right. So, sorry. If you're chatting to me, I can't see it. Sorry. About the only thing I could do would be to close this out and try to reload it. Let me try to do that. I don't know if you guys can see me or not. All right, so qualifying time is over. Travis Townsend taking that pole. And these guys going to get ready to take the grid. Now, let me try to do that while these guys are taking the grid. God, I hate to do that. Nah, forget it. If I do that, it's going to mess up my layers here. All right, so Travis Townsend sitting on the pole in the number 83. On the outside of him be David Shutt. William Kirk going to be starting in the 3rd position. And on the outside of him going to be Tommy Lee starting, whoops, in the number 33. In 5th will be the number 20 there. Oh, God. Kevin Schofield. Sorry about that. Sean Butler going to be starting next to him in the 6th spot. In the number 41, starting in, I'm just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, sorry. Christopher Perryman in the number 41, starting 7th. In 8th, the number 2, Brandon Leonard. In 9th, the number 11 of Vic Greenwood. In 10th, the number 69 of Jared Akey. In 11th, the number 84 of Kevin Schofield. In 12th, the 00 of Robert Craze. In 13th, the 51 of Dustin Lee. In 14th, the number 62 of Michael D'Amico. Back here, be starting in the 15th spot, actually, would be Ed Hewitt in the number 30. In 16th, would be Stephen Pearson in the 85. In 17th, the 23 of Don King. And in 18th, Danny McCoon in the number 77. All right, so there's our starting grid. Travis Townsend brings them around. Getting ready to take the green flag here. Pace car ducks off. Travis bringing them down nice and easy here, coming to the line. Green, green, green. William Kirk right on his tail. David Shutt on the outside, trying to get a little bit of a bite going on that outside. Not a good place to be this early in the race, although there is some pretty good grip up there. Travis Townsend coming around to lead this first lap. Travis does lead the first one. William Kirk right there on his tail. Kevin Schofield up into the mix on the inside of David Shutt in the third spot. Tommy Lee not far behind them two. Right there behind Shutt. On the high side. Sean Butler, now him and Christopher Perryman go side by side, coming down the backstretch, 88 and 41. And Dustin Lee right behind them, trying to figure out what these guys are doing. He's just riding along, him and Vic Greenwood. Steady Eddie. Oh, we got a caution out already. Let's go back here and see if we can figure out what happened. Looks like Robert Craze into it. Okay, we'll go to Robert Craze's car here. And go back to the far chase view. And instant replay as these guys come around. I'm not sure if it was him or not, but we'll see exactly what happens here. It looks like we may have some touching going on up in front of him. It looks like Brandon Leonard and Stephen Pearson getting together. And Brandon trying to save this. Not sure if he's going to be able to or not. Oh, Robert Craze heading right into him. So Robert Craze getting into it. We also got, Stephen Pearson finally spinning out on that. So, oh my. So we've got four pretty much tore up trucks here. As it looks like Michael D'Amico just misses Ed Hewitt. Ed Hewitt going into the wall. So a lot of cars tore up here. Let's get back up here and see. I don't believe we're going to see the leaders come on. Well, we are seeing a few of the leaders come on pit road. William Kirk staying out. William going to lead that lap as Travis Townsend now brings it down on pit road. Him and a bunch of guys coming down on pit road. Let's see if we're going to see any tire change in here. Looks like Travis, everybody doing right side tires. Tommy Lee off with 2 tires, everybody else doing 4. So we'll have to see how that works out for Tommy. Alright, so getting back up to our leader, William Kirk, as he brings them around here. They're going to be restarting William Kirk first, Sean Butler second, Christopher Perryman in third, Michael D'Amico going to be restarting fourth, Don King fifth, Tommy Lee sixth, Kevin Schofield seventh, Travis Townsend now in eighth, David Shutt ninth, Vic Greenwood 10th, Dustin Lee 11th, Jared Akey 12th, Danny McCoon up to the 13th, Brandon Leonard going to be restarting back in 14th. And Stephen Pearson's still sitting on pit road. Not sure what's going on with that because he should have had a reset. So it could be some other issue, not sure. William Kirk does lead a couple laps there to get them valuable points for leading laps. So that's good. As Travis Townsend had led 3, now William Kirk's led 2. Each one of these guys want to try to get out there and lead a lap to get that valuable point for leading a lap. So, you know, we're going to see a little bit of jumbling up now. Sean Butler going to be restarting on the outside of William Kirk. And this could prove to be interesting. Sean's pretty fast here, but you know, not taking anything away from William. William's pretty good here too. So this should be a great restart on when we get the green flag. Excuse me. First caution out on lap 3. I hated to see that, but that's the way it goes sometimes until these guys finally start getting settled in. And should be a pretty decent race here once they get kind of separated out a little bit. Ed Hewitt going to be restarting in the 15th position. Vic Greenwood coming down on pit road here, unscheduled pit stop. Wanting to bring it down one more time, maybe just to top off the fuel. Let's see what he does here. He might just want to top off the fuel, and that looks like that's what he does. And we got a couple other takers on that as well. So Vic going to be restarting back in the 15th after that pit stop. Back up here to our leaders. The lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here, restarting on lap number 8. Pace car ducks off. Green flag. Donald King getting just a little bit of a slow start, holding up that inside line. Looks like Michael D'Amico's going to slide it down in there and put that thing into 4th place. So Michael D'Amico moving up to 4th as Don King kind of slides it down a little bit. Sean Butler now looking to the inside in the Hooters machine, trying to take over that second spot from Christopher Perryman. It looks like he's got, oh man, as they come down the front stretch here side by side, caution out once again. Robert Craze sliding onto pit road. Not sure exactly what happened there. Let's go back and take a look at this. Oh, yeah, we got a couple of them that got together there. Looks like Rush went up into Ed and then come back down into Brandon Leonard. And Brandon bringing Robert Craze right down on pit road. Now, Robert didn't hit anything, so his car should be okay. But that brings out the caution. And he'll probably get a black flag for that, I'm sure. But probably for speeding on pit road, which I believe that was a cause of an accident. So actually that should be cleared. That really wasn't his fault. All right, Travis Townsend going to be restarting up here in the 4th spot. Is Tommy Lee going to be restarting 3rd? Kevin Schofield going to be restarting 5th. Christopher Perryman on pit road here. Not sure exactly what's going on with him, but he may have stopped and got some fresh rubber on that machine. Michael D'Amico going to be restarting back in the 13th spot as he's coming off. A lot of the guys in the back of the field stopped, and it looks like they may have taken some tires. Probably not a bad call by these guys at all. Sean Butler sporting a new paint scheme there. He's not running the BSU paint scheme tonight. He was trying out a couple new paint schemes. So the Hooters machine there in replace of the BSU machine. So looked like he maybe had to pull out the backup car running the Mustang here tonight. Light should go off on the pace car this time by, as everybody's gotten pretty much caught up to the field. So we'll see if it does here. They'll get the 1 to go, and we'll be back to green flag racing next time by. This is already the 2nd caution of the day. We've only had 1 lead change. Travis Townsend's led a few laps. William Kirk's now led 8 laps. Travis led 3. So only 1 lead change. Lights off on the pace car. We're going back to green flag racing this time. Bye, guys. Well, we know you viewers don't want to watch, all these wrecks and stuff, but unfortunately, things like this do happen until the field gets spread out a little bit. And hopefully we're going to get to some good green flag racing here in a minute, and I expect us to run a pretty clean race, actually. Pace car ducks off. William leads them down to that grueling 55 mile an hour. And green flag. Sean got a great restart on that high side. We're going to have to see how this is going to work out for him going into turn one. Williams got the preferred line here on the inside. But we know there's a little bit of grip on that high side that does help. These guys got just a little bit older tires than some of the guys in the back, but it doesn't seem to be bothering them any. They've actually kind of got the stickers worn off of them, and they do get a little bit better grip, I believe, after a few laps. So. Travis Townsend and Tommy Lee side by side, right behind our two leaders up here in the front. William Kirk and Sean Butler, them two side by side. So, wow, great racing here. Boy, and Travis Townsend got one heck of a run that time, coming off the two and tucked it right up under the bumper of Sean Butler, trying to help him. William Kirk still holding pretty good on that low line. Like I said, that is the preferred line. So. Now up in the mix here, Dustin Lee got it up into the 6th spot as he's cleared a few of these other guys. Dustin Lee doing a great job. And it looks like we have a new leader out front, Sean Butler. Sean Butler going to bring it around here and lead the 3rd lap as he has led a couple there, just keeping the nose out ahead of William Kirk. Travis Townsend right on Sean's bumper. We now take lap 16 out of 125. Long race to go here tonight at Las Vegas, folks. Tommy Lee right there in the 3rd spot as he got by William Kirk as well. Slide back here a little ways and see where some of the other guys are running. Christopher Perryman way back here in the 10th position. Ed Hewitt up to 8th. Wow, what a comeback by Ed there as he got tangled up into that mess there in that last caution. I'm sure he's used his one and only reset. But here he is up here running in the 8th position. Jared Akey, well, let's go back here to Jared Akey running in the 12th spot. Front end tore all to pieces on that thing. But here he is running in the 12th spot. As usual, driving a hunk of junk. We see him every race driving a hunk of junk around the track. The only guy out here that I know can drive a truck or car like that. As he showed it the night before last in the truck race. Just ran really well. And that truck was so tore up, but he said it ran better than when it was new. So sometimes they do help you with a little bit of the handling issues. Might knock the toe just right or something. It could probably wear the tire a little more, but if it drives better, sometimes you can deal with that tire wear. Vic Greenwood now back to the 15th spot as Bobby Craze gets by him. Wow, Robert Craze showing some power here. Now Vic looking to the inside of Robert Craze there to get back by him. Pulling the 77 of Danny McCoon right along with him. And, oh, we got one off of, we got a couple of them off. Well, looks like Rush taking a heck of a ride there. No caution. No caution. That's going to hurt him. Sometimes iRacing just doesn't pop out them cautions like they should, but no caution so far. As he gets his car wound back up to speed here, he's going to be restarting back way in the 17th spot. So let's get back up here. Looks like Dustin Lee has now moved into the 5th spot. And now Kevin Schofield challenging him on the inside for that spot. Back up front, Travis Townsend in the lead. Tommy Lee in second as they both got by Sean Butler, and I missed that back there. Well, them guys were wrecking. Brandon Leonard in 7th, and the number 2, running really good. These guys ran the Gen 6 last night and actually did real well. Ran in Chicagoland, 100 laps, only had 2 cautions, and that car is one heck of a handful. And I was very proud of all of them. They did an awesome job driving that car around that track. David Shutt now in the 8th position. They're coming around here to take lap number 24. They're creeping down here to 100 to go. Let's go back and see Rush back here all by himself driving that hunk of junk in the 17th position. Actually, his lap times really aren't that bad. He just has nobody to work with, nobody to draft with, running 23 seconds behind our leader. So he's really not too awful far from being lapped. Tommy Lee in the 2nd spot. Here's 0.6 of a second behind our leader. Sean Butler in 3rd. These guys, I think, all happy up here. They've led a couple laps, and everybody's kind of settling in now. Christopher Perryman, let's go back and see what's going on with Christopher Perryman as he's fallen clear back to the 11th spot now. Let a bunch of cars go by him. Michael D'Amico gets by him. Danny McCoon. Not sure what's going on with Christopher. And now Vic Greenwood looking to the inside of him. So, wow. Christopher going back another spot. Ed Hewitt was up there running in the 8th spot. Now he's clear back to 16th, so I don't know what happened to him either. It's kind of tough me being in the booth by myself to, to follow all this stuff, so I'm trying to do the best I can here, folks. Stephen Pearson running in the 9th spot. If you remember last night, he was the one that was trying to challenge our leader, Sean Butler, for that win with the Gen 6 at Chicagoland, and he really was hooked up. He just couldn't quite get there. He finished about 2.5 of a second behind Sean. So that was a very close finish. Kevin Schofield getting by Brandon Leonard, and so does David Shutt. Brandon Leonard falling back to the 8th spot, and now gets another, let's see, who is that? David Shutt getting by him. Brandon blinking like crazy. Wow, I don't want to stay on the blinker. It keeps messing with my broadcast there. Michael D'Amico now up to the 11th spot. Him and Vic Greenwood having a good battle going on between them two. That's for 11th and 12th. Travis Townsend starting to check out on the field now. And he is, it ain't going to be long. He's going to be coming up on the back bumper of Rush to put Rush a lap down. And that'll make 2 cars on the lead lap. Kevin O'Brien is 4 laps down. Don't know exactly what happened there, but let's take a ride along with Travis as he starts coming up on Rush. You can look ahead and see Rush there coming. Travis is coming up on him pretty quick. Only a couple of seconds ahead of our leader. Real quick here, I want to go back. We got a good battle going on back here. Vic Greenwood and Michael D'Amico still battling. Them two really having a good time battling. Back up here to our leader, catching up with Rush. Let's see what Rush is going to hold for him. Rush getting a little bit loose on that turn. And our leader going to pass Rush on the inside. Hopefully there was some communication there between them two. He does clear Rush pretty good, so Rush falls back in behind him. Good job. Rush now up to the 16th position. And it looks like Christopher Perryman falling clear back to the 17th place. Wow. And it looks like he may be on pit road. I'm not sure. He may have had some damage he needed to get fixed up. I'm not sure. And we're getting challenged. Tommy Lee getting challenged here by William Kirk. Looks like William Kirk is managing to get by him as they're both starting to come up on Rush. William Kirk and Tommy Lee still continue to battle side by side. Let's go watch this battle here. Sean Butler right behind them, so is Dustin Lee and David Shutt. A bunch of them behind them too, as they're side by side kind of holding up the whole gang here. Now they're coming up on Rush here. Rush is going to stay high and let the leaders all go by on the low side. Good job, Rush. Dustin Lee comes up on the back of him, so does Kevin Schofield. Everybody clears Rush to put Rush back even further yet. So he's still running in the 16th spot, so that's pretty good. Pretty good for him. Brandon Leonard now, not sure. Oh, we got a couple of them taken way down low here. Let's go here to Kevin Schofield, and the caution is out. Let's go back and watch this. Him and Dustin Lee side by side, so let's go here and watch this and see if we can figure out exactly what happens to them two. Dustin Lee hitting the wall a ton, coming across the track right in front of Kevin Schofield here. Kevin has nowhere to go. Couldn't lock up the brakes fast enough. Doggone, that's too bad. Kevin may have got a little bit of nose damage on that, but I don't believe he's going to be too awful bad. So bringing out caution number 3 on lap 37 here, folks. And now we're going to get up here to our leader to see if our leader is going to come down pit road. Because they're getting caught up to the pace car here. Looks like all our leaders coming down on pit road, lap 37. I'm sure we're going to see 4 tire pit changes here. These are, they've ran enough laps on these tires to know that it's time for 4. Tommy had only taken 2 on that last pit stop, and now he's taken 4, so don't look like any 2 tire pit changes that time. Travis Townsend going to get out first, but it looks like I believe Sean Butler going to get out. He's going to get out next. Well, we'll see when they all cross the line. Of Vic Greenwood staying out here to lead a lap. We may see him come down on pit road now, as he stayed out there to lead a lap. That's probably what he wanted to do. Mrs. Greenwood, if you're out there watching, hello. Hello from MaxSpeedTV and Maximum Speed Racing. Give you a big wave out. It looks like Vic may be bringing that thing down pit road now. Not sure here. Yes, he is. He just wanted to stay out and lead a lap. That's a good call. Good call. That's going to relinquish the lead back over to Travis Townsend. Got a couple of lap cars there in the front, Jared Akey and Kevin O'Brien, that will get the wave by, and they do get the wave by. Kevin gonna have to wait till 1 to go to get his. All right, so William Kirk going to be restarting in the 3rd position. Travis Townsend starting first, Sean Butler 2nd, Tommy Lee in the 4th spot, excuse me. They should get the 1 to go this time by. And they do get the 1 to go. Lights are off on the pace car, and we're going back to green flag racing here. And they'll be restarting on lap 41 out of 125. About 84 more circuits after this one here. Bring this race to an end. So let's see who's going to have it to bring it to the finish line on the last lap. Is it going to be Travis Townsend? Is it going to be Sean Butler? Tommy Lee? William Kirk? William Shutt? Or David Shutt? Excuse me. William Shutt. Sorry, David. Too many Williams. Kevin Schofield up there. So, you know, Dustin Lee back out now. We've got a lot of pretty good cars back out here. As Rush now goes around and gets caught back up to the field, back on the lead lap. Rush will be restarting at the tail end of the lead lap. All right, coming here around turn 3. When they come out of 4, the pace car is going to make that hard left turn, and we're going back to green flag racing here at Las Vegas. Pace cars off. Green, green, green. Alright, everybody shuffling around here. Sean Butler trying to hang high on that outside as William Kirk gets a very good run coming off of 3 or 4. And William Kirk going to take over that second position from Sean Butler. These guys all wanting to get up into that top spot now. William Kirk led 9 laps. Travis Townsend led 23 so far, so we're going to have to see if he can keep that thing out front, because he knows he's getting dogged here, man. These guys are really putting the pressure on him. There's no room for mistake right now at all. If he even slips or makes any kind of mistake at all, they're going to be all over him. David Shutt riding in the 5th spot. Hanging right on to these guys. Kevin Schofield in 6th. Back here, Brandon Leonard dicing all over the place. I don't know what's going on with that. Man, he's like all over the track. Coming up on the inside, does get by, well, not quite by Donald King, but had a good run there. Don had a good run coming off of turn 4. As now Brandon does look to the inside of Robert Craze. Robert Craze took it way up to the high side. Vic Greenwood hanging on right there he's running in the 13th spot. He comes up on the inside of Don King. These 4 having a great battle here. A lot of fun going on right here between these 4. Looks like Brandon is going to prevail on that now. Vic Greenwood on the inside of Robert Craze trying to take over that position from him. That'll put Vic Greenwood in the 11th spot. And he does clear him now. Don King following right behind Vic, wanting to get by Robert Craze too. And he slides it up in front of Robert. Robert ducks it down, tries the old crossover maneuver on him. Coming back on the inside, but can't quite hold it. It's going to have to follow in behind him. All right, back up front here, Sean Butler still hanging on in 3rd. Now David Shutt gets by Tommy Lee to go into the 4th place. Tommy Lee losing 1 position. Really not too awful worried about 1 position at this stage in the race right now. We've still got about 75 laps to go here. 78, I believe. Everybody just kind of hanging into their position right now. Nobody's really mounting a challenge on anybody. Everybody just riding it out. Travis Townsend's still out here in the front though, commanding this race. About like he did last night there, or about like Sean did last night, excuse me. Sean just literally dominated that race last night. He led 97 laps out of the 100 that they ran in the Gen 6 car at Chicago, and that was amazing. Kevin Schofield in the 6th spot now, hanging right there on the back bumper of Tommy Lee. Dustin Lee right behind him in the 7th spot. Stephen Pearson having a good day out there today, running in the 8th spot. Michael D'Amico in 9th, running about 3.1 seconds behind our leader, but seems to be hooked up very well here, riding it out, getting these laps cranked down, and this is what's important. Don't get too awful aggressive until it comes down to the last 10 to go, and then we'll see where things pan out from there. But you know, yeah, you don't want to let the leaders get out there too far, but you know, still doing quite well here. I'm proud of Michael. Good job. Dustin Lee now getting by Kevin Schofield, moving into the 6th spot. And now the 85 there of Stephen Pearson making a run on the inside of Kevin Schofield. Him wanting that spot too. And it looks like he is going to get it from Kevin. So slides it up in front of him coming out of turn 4. Does take over that position. All right, let's go back here. Don King running in the 12th position. Hanging on to the back bumper of Vic Greenwood like glue. Him and Robert Craze, those three have been battling right around pretty close to each other for quite some time now. Don goes up a little high coming out of turn 4, but that's where the bite is up there. He's no stranger to Las Vegas. He knows how to get around this joint. All right, William Kirk up here, now being challenged on the inside by Sean Butler. And David Shutt hanging on to the back bumper of William Kirk, trying to see if he can't offer any assistance up there whatsoever, a little drafting help or whatever. But William Kirk cuts the nose off of Sean Butler, comes down in front of him and kind of breaks that momentum a little bit. So William Kirk out here just driving the wheels off of this thing, about 3/4 of a second behind our leader, Travis Townsend. David Shutt does clear Sean Butler now. David Shutt in the 3rd position. David Shutt getting a little anxious. He wants to get up there and lead some of these laps too. Right on the back bumper of our 2nd place William Kirk. These three here staying nose to tail, trying to do everything they can to reel in that leader. Our leader up there ahead, still running pretty good. Got a little more distance on these guys now, out to about 1.5 seconds, about 1.2 seconds ahead of William Kirk, 2nd place. Looking ahead from Sean here at our 2nd, and David Shutt getting by William Kirk. So David Shutt moving into the 2nd spot, and William Kirk would have no part of that. Does the old crossover maneuver and goes back by David Shutt. David being kind of pretty strong here on the high side. We're going to have to see how this is going to work out. Shutt really strong coming off of 4. William Kirk's going to have to tuck it in behind him, or he's going to lose another position here by Sean Butler. I think Sean's probably pedaling that car just a little bit because he knows if he tries to get by him, them two could get together. So probably not a bad call by Sean here. These guys really hooked up well. They've fallen off about a second from the fastest pace lap here. They've fallen off about a second. So there you can see how the tires have fallen off now. Shutt now starting to pull away from William Kirk. William Kirk and Sean Butler go down the backstretch. Sean got a nose in under him. William Kirk going to lose another position. So William Kirk going back to fourth. Sean Butler getting by him. David Shutt now trying to do anything he can to catch up to Travis Townsend, our leader. Let's go back here. Donald King now running in the 12th spot. Hanging right here behind these guys here have been, man, oh man, I'm telling you, these five right here have been battling since the drop of the green flag. We got Brandon Leonard, Michael D'Amico, Vic Greenwood, Donald King, and Robert Craze. All five of these here just having a good old time out here racing each other. Go back here, back a little further. Rush running in the 14th spot now. Picked up a couple of positions. He's running at still on the lead lap, but he's like 20 seconds behind our leader, so he's only about maybe 12 seconds from going a lap down. He's about 3/4 of a lap behind our leader. Let's get up here. Travis Townsend still continuing to pull him around. Now led 45 laps out of the 64 that they ran here already. William Kirk's led 9. Sean Butler's led 7. Tommy Lee's led 1. Vic Greenwood's led 1. Well, let's go back here to Shutt because now we've got Sean Butler getting by William Kirk to move into the 3rd spot. So William really showing some bad signs of fall off here. David Shutt, what the heck happened to David Shutt? Phew, he blinked out there for a minute. Wow, he was gone. Tommy Lee now in the 5th spot, about 4.1 seconds behind our leader. Still green here. Now we've had a couple of cautions, but let's check it out real quick here. 3 cautions, but we've had 9 lead changes, folks. 9 lead changes here at Las Vegas. This has been really an amazing race so far. It started out a little bit, a lot of cautions to get started, but you know, once they've rolled around here, they've got spread out a little bit and turned this into an awesome race. And that usually happens. We see that from time to time. We are past the halfway mark now by a couple laps, so and they pitted kind of early, so I mean we're still good for pit stops here for a little while. Sean Butler and William Kirk have only made 1 pit stop, so they may be. We may see them starting to struggle a little bit with tires. Not sure. They pitted on that last one and took tires, so that may be why they only had 1 pit stop. Our leader Travis has pitted twice. First time he only took fuel. Yeah, that was on an early caution, and the last time he took all 4 tires. But David Shutt pulling around here in 2nd spot, now 1.7 seconds behind our leader Travis Townsend. Doing a great job, really showing some powerhouse here. I want to go back here to Tommy Lee now as Stephen Pearson gets by him. So Tommy Lee falls back another position. And coming up on his tail, Dustin Lee, not far behind Tommy. I don't think they're any relation. Tommy Lee, Dustin Lee, I don't know. They could be distant cousins. I don't know. Maybe they were brothers from a different mother, or cousins in a previous life, or you never know. We're all related somewhere along the line. David Schofield looking on the inside of Dustin Lee now, wanting to take over that position. Got a nose on him and got the position. Slides it up in front of him, but puts Dustin back one place into the 8th place. Looks like Rush on pit road here. I believe he's trying to get some of that damage fixed up. Let's check it out real quick. Looks like he's working on that. He's got his crew working on that thing diligently, trying to get all the dents and stuff out of the fenders to get him back out there. He's running in the 15th spot now as alright, looking back from our leader back to 2nd place, David Shutt. David Shutt now 2 seconds behind Travis. Back to 3rd place, Sean Butler. 4th place, William Kirk. 5th place, Stephen Pearson. And 6th, right there on his, nipping on his heels, Tommy Lee. Alright, back here in 7th. Kevin Schofield and Dustin Lee in 8th. Going back to 9th, Vic Greenwood. Donald King running in the top 10. Robert Craze 11th. Michael D'Amico 12th. Brandon Leonard back in 13th there. It looks like he's slipped back a couple positions. These guys have all gotten by him. May have used up his tires. Kevin O'Brien back in 14th. 5 laps down, but still running good in 14th position. Rush, wow, way off of the track there. Not sure exactly what happened there, but man, he was way down off the track. Catches that apron. Wow, he's struggling with a little bit of a steering issue here. I'm showing him 8 laps down. 7 laps down, I guess. Crosses the line, but he's not racing anybody right now, so it looks like he can just kind of play it cool and run his own race. All right, David Shutt now 2.4 seconds behind Travis Townsend. Travis Townsend just, man, he is just pulling away. Sean Butler in 3rd here, about 3.1 seconds behind our leader. So we're going to have to see. They're 76 laps into this race. We've got about 50 laps to go right now. So they're getting after it here early and midway through this race. They're really getting after it. Still running some great lap times here. Sean ran about 9/10 of a second off of his fastest lap. So really, that's pretty good for being out here on these older tires. And I'm kind of looking here, may not be too much longer. We may see some green flag pit stops. Looks like William Kirk here. William Kirk has disappeared. William Kirk is gone. Not sure what happened there, but he is gone from the track. He has taken his car behind pit wall, looks like. And he was right up there in 4th place. Wow. Well, that moves up a couple positions here. Stephen Pearson going to move up into the 4th position. Tommy Lee going to move up to 5th. Now Kevin Schofield not far behind him. Oh, we have a caution. Let's go see. Oh, looks like the 62 and all right, looks like Michael D'Amico getting taken out of there. Let's go find him here and go back to the far chase view. Not sure exactly what happened there. Man, that was like intense. It looked like Brandon Leonard come up behind him here or something. Oh, Michael got really loose. Tried to save it and brought it back up on the track, and when he did, he come right up into the path of Brandon Leonard. So there you have it. Let's go back and we'll watch that one more time. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go back to Brandon Leonard's view. As they come around through the trioval here, you can see Michael D'Amico catches the apron here and gets really out of shape. He's up ahead there, just crossing the line now, and gets really out of shape and tries to save it. Actually had it saved, but I don't think he tried to. He must not slowed it down quite enough to get it completely under control. And when he tried to bring it back up on the track, he caught that apron in turn 1, and it looks like he come right up in front of Brandon Leonard. Brandon, you know, just kind of innocently going along there. Really didn't have much of a choice. Couldn't get away from it. Brandon, wow. Right on to pit road, looks like. Took him right out of the ballpark, folks. All right, all our leaders on pit road now, as I missed all that looking at that again. But it looks like Travis Townsend going to remain our leader. Led 80 laps so far. Or I'm sorry, 62. I am sorry. Looking at the wrong number here. And we've got a few up front here that are lap cars. Ed Hewitt, Kevin O'Brien, Rush. These guys all lap down vehicles. And a couple of them are going to get the wave bys. But William Kirk definitely out of the ballpark, taking his truck behind or car behind pit wall. It's unfortunate for him, man. He was doing so good. Ed Hewitt does get the wave by and now comes down to get his car serviced. But Jared Akey and Kevin O'Brien gets a wave by. Jared should get a wave by too. He may get his at the one to go because he was the first one. I guess. I don't know. That's an admin thing. I'm not going to get into that. All right, so Travis Townsend going to be restarting here in the top spot. David Shutt second. Stephen Pearson going to be restarting third. Sean Butler fourth. Kevin Schofield fifth. Dustin Lee going to be restarting sixth. Vic Greenwood seventh. Donald King eighth. Robert Craze ninth. Tommy Lee in 10th. And Brandon Leonard going to be starting 11th, but I think he's on pit road right now. And it looks like Michael D'Amico, another one, is taking his car behind pit wall.
Well, that's what.
Well, we were going to try to get a word in with Kevin Schofield, see how his race is going, but they're getting ready to line back up here and get ready to go back to green flag racing here. So maybe the next caution, if they have another caution. Hopefully they don't. I believe this is caution number 4. Yep, and we still have only had 9 lead changes. Michael D'Amico back out on the track now. All right, getting up here, getting ready to go back to green flag. Pace car ducks off. Travis bringing him down. Green, green, green. Shut on the high side with Sean Butler in tow. Dustin Lee up there. Coming on the inside, Stephen Pearson and Kevin Schofield there in the number 20. You see Travis trying to hold these guys up, holding up both lines, taking that middle lane. Good job. David Shutt now in second. Oh, Stephen Pearson a little loose coming off of turn 4, but manages to save it. And now there's a battle ensuing here between him and Sean Butler on the high side. Sean Butler getting a little bit of bite coming off the 2 right there and coming down the backstretch. May have, yeah, he got that position away from him. Now Dustin Lee trying to mock that call, or that spot. Well, let's see if that can work out for Dustin Lee. Stephen Pearson really strong on that low line. And Stephen Dustin, he's blinking out like crazy up there. Sean Butler does get by Stephen Pearson, and Sean Butler moving into the 3rd spot now. And David Shutt right on the bumper of our leader, Travis Townsend. Looking to the inside, coming down the front stretch, but doesn't have a run this time. David Shutt anxious to get that Ford Mustang out in the lead here and get into clean air. I believe a little clean air around these cars does make a difference. Travis has been in clean air pretty much the whole race, and he's been leading, you know, and you get behind some of these cars and you feel that dirty air, what they call it back there. The air's all disturbed back there, and you know, you're not in what they call clean air. The leader's the only one that's in clean air. And sometimes that can be a good thing, and sometimes not, depending on the track, depending on the conditions. Most of the time it does help the leader out, though. Travis staying right on that low line turn after turn, not missing his marks. Tommy Lee now getting by Dustin Lee. Tommy Lee moving into the 7th position. Dustin Lee going back 1 position. Donald King moving up to the 9th place as he got by Robert Craze for that position. So good job by Don King there tonight. Don having a pretty good night. I'm impressed. We did have another one that did take, Michael D'Amico did take his car back behind pit wall, as well as William Kirk and Danny McCoon and Christopher Perryman. So we've had 4 drivers that have taken their car behind pit wall here tonight. We've still got 16 cars out here racing. We've got 10 of them on the lead lap. Robert Cray's the last one on the lead lap. I'm only back here 3.1 seconds, so that's not really that far. Let's get back up here to this battle going on here for the lead. David Shutt just being relentless on the back of Travis Townsend. Not giving him any slack whatsoever, and that's what you got to do. You know, if you can footprint him, stay right in his tracks, I'm telling you what, don't let him get away from you. You may give that chance. He may slip up. I've never seen Travis slip up. There's always that possibility. He's all about hitting his marks every time, and I'm telling you what, he's a good racer. And it looks like he tapped the wall a little bit right there going into turn one. Just a little love tap. So not much else to report right at the moment. We're going to try to kind of stay on these leaders a little. We got Brandon Leonard on pit road now. I'm not sure that may be a scheduled pit stop for him. Let's see if we can get a camera on him and find out. That could be a scheduled pit stop for him. Might be his last pit stop of the day. But he's sitting there for a long time. He may have got caught speeding down pit road. I'm not sure. Oh, he's blinking. Wow. All right, back up here to our leader. Now starting to pull away a little bit from David Shutt. David Shutt about 0.2 of a second behind him. And Sean Butler hanging on right there in third. Sean, he's good on the long run. I've seen this time after time. He always seems to manage his tires well enough that he's good on the long run, where these other guys are out there running the wheels off their car and they're just burning their rubber up. And he does seem to manage his tires really well. Jared Akey moving into the 12th spot now as he gets by Michael D'Amico. Michael had taken his car behind pit wall. Go back here, check on Ed Hewitt running in the 16th position, 19 laps down. It looks like he may have had a little damage he needed to stay out there and get fixed up. But he's back out here running, and he should be able to pick up a couple positions if he stays out there and finishes this race. All right, Sean Butler being right there on the tail of David Shutt. It looks like David may be losing a little bit of ground to our leader and might be starting to feel that fall off. So let's ride on board with Sean Butler here as he works over the back end of David Shutt. David takes it down low, trying to break that draft that Sean was getting off of him. You know, these guys, they know all the little tricks that they need to do to try to keep that position, and that's one of them. If you can get away from them and don't let them draft off of you, that's a plus for you. As you can see, he gained about one car length ahead coming off of that tri-oval. Let's see if he does it this time too. Sean may follow him down there, and he does. He follows him down there. He says, "You're not going to get away from me this time." Good job by these guys. A lot of the guys have fallen back quite a little ways. We're going to go back here in just a second to our 4th place guy, which he is be Stephen Pearson, back about 1.8 seconds behind the leader. Go back here and check on him. 1.8 to 1.9 seconds behind our leader. But all in all, still having a great day out here, cranking these laps down. 99, we're on lap 99 right now, folks, so 26 to go. 27 if you want to count technically, because they have to count the lap they're on also. But they're coming around to take lap 100, so that'll make 26 laps to go here at Las Vegas. in the Nationwide car. This car, man, usually it's kind of loose, you know, about anywhere it goes, but they have kind of fixed it in this build where it is a little bit better. So getting back up here, Sean Butler now kind of falling off of a little bit off of David Shutt. These three here really hitting their marks pretty good. All three of them staying within grasp of each other. All right, coming to the line, folks. 25 laps to go. Let's go back here. One we ain't talked too much about in a while. Vic Greenwood running in the 8th position as Dustin Lee did manage to get by him. Dustin Lee moves up to the 7th place. Don King in 9th, and right behind him, Robert Craig. Robert Craig's having a great day. Going to get a top 10 finish out of this, and man, that's pretty impressive for Robert. That's great racing by him. He has come a long ways in this league, and you know, I mean, I haven't really talked to Robert all that much to know where he came from, how long he's been iRacing or anything, but I've seen him come leaps and bounds in here, and man, I'm telling you what, he's doing a great job. Kevin O'Brien, many laps down, and Don King does get by Kevin O'Brien. Kevin, one of our admins, running in the 11th spot. He's 4 laps down, but running in the 11th spot, and that's pretty respectable for, you know, being these 5 laps down. Excuse me. I didn't mean to cough in y'all's ear. All right, let's go here and see another battle that could be coming up. Kevin Schofield and Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee not far behind Kevin. Tommy Lee running in the 6th position. Tommy's been pretty strong about anywhere we went now, and you know, he come up across some tough customers here tonight, I believe, and not sure if maybe he wasn't mentally prepared. I don't know. I'm just saying. Don't beat me up, Tommy. Just fill in the airwaves, buddy. But he may not have been mentally prepared for this B car. I don't know what he was practicing earlier or whatever, but or he may have just gotten off of work. I don't know. But you know, sometimes mental preparedness out here does mean a lot. And you know, these drivers, they got to be prepared for this, because this is 125 laps here is a long race. Tommy does hit the wall coming out of turn 2, gets a little squirrely, but saves it. They're coming around here to take 20 to go this time by, folks. 20 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Travis Townsend now led 87 laps out of this race so far. That's pretty impressive. But don't count out David Shutt now starting to work him back in and reeling him back in now. He's down to under a half a second. So we're going to have to see if David Shutt's got something for him coming to the line here when we get down close to the end. Sean Butler, let's go back here to Sean, now about a second behind Travis, but I'm not going to count him out either, because like I said, he's one that does save his tires, and he may mount a challenge here with about 10 to go. We're going to have to kind of stay on these three. Steven Pearson in the 4th spot. Kevin Schofield in 5th. Tommy Lee running in the 6th spot. Dustin Lee back here in 7th. Dustin having a good run here today. I'm sure he'd like to be up there leading some laps, but he's still running really good. And since he passed Vic Greenwood's been just kind of hanging right in there. And Vic's another one. He likes to sneak up and bite you here. When it comes down to about 10 to go, he pulls out all the stops here, and he may wind up getting a good power move on Dustin Lee and getting by him for one more position. You just never know. right, David Shutt now about a half a second behind our leader. So Travis really hitting his marks. I know I don't give Travis enough airtime because, you know, I'm sorry, Travis. You know how it is when you're out there leading all the laps. All the battles are behind you, buddy. And nobody's up there battling you. So you don't get a lot of TV time. So we'll try to give you a little TV time here. Matter of fact, we'll give you a little close-up shot. Running the Chevy Impala here tonight in the Nationwide. Doing a great job out there with the Chevy. David Shutt, I believe, running a Ford. Yeah, he's running a Ford Mustang, and he's definitely showing some strength out there, putting the Ford Mustang into the second spot. For all you Ford lovers, I like Chevys, but you know, I like them all. I'm kind of a Chevy man. Alright, now he's 0.6 of a second behind our leader. Sean Butler back here, 1.4 seconds. So definitely losing a little bit of ground to these guys, these two leaders, first and second place. But other than that, we've got another Robert Craze getting by Don King. So putting Don King back to the 10th place. Robert Craze moving up to 9th. Somebody's been doing some practicing. Now Robert's, he's doing a good job out here. I think all these guys are starting to feel that tire fall off. You know, 14 to go. And I wouldn't even count out a possible caution before we get to the end of the races. These guys start getting around each other and racing for position. You may wind up seeing a caution. I hope not, but Tommy Lee and Kevin Schofield nose to tail. The only battle that's really close here on the track right now. These two here have been battling for quite a while. Kevin looking like he wants to get by Tommy. We'll take a right on with Tommy here, looking back on Kevin and see if he can make any kind of if Kevin can make any kind of headway on Tommy Lee here. Going into turn 1, Tommy's staying pretty low. Kevin had to check up or hit him, so lost a little momentum on that one. Still got 14 cars on the track at the moment. Been a pretty good race so far, folks. We've had 4 cautions, but only 9 lead changes because Travis has led right now. Has led 96 laps. And next time by, folks, there's going to be 10 laps to go, so we may wind up seeing some battles going on around this track. Now, this one right here is the only closest battle that's going on. Back here, we'll go back up to David Shutt. Now has fallen back 1.1 seconds behind our leader, Travis Townsend. So Travis definitely must have found out a little secret about getting around this place. And you know, he told me the other night that he did kind of learn a little lesson from Sean Butler. Sean's one that likes to save his tires to the end of the race. So Travis said he wished he would have done that, and maybe, you know, done a little bit better, but maybe he learned a little lesson on that. So maybe Travis could be, now with 9 laps to go, might say, hey, now I'm going to start pulling away. He saved his tires long enough and wants to keep the distance that he's got. With me, I just try to ride right there, not trying to distance them any further. Just ride right there and just finish the race safely. But that's me. Sean back 2.5 seconds behind our leader. He's about 1.2 seconds behind David Shutt. All right, Stephen Pearson in 4th. Back here about 5.6 seconds behind the leader. Tommy Lee in 5th. Kevin Schofield in 6th. Dustin Lee in 7th. Vic Greenwood 8th. Robert Craze in the 9th position. Donald King running out of the top 10. And these cars all on the lead lap. Now the first one a lap down, Kevin O'Brien, running 4 laps down. Staying the heck out of the way, out of the whole leaders, all the leaders here. Oh, Kevin's really slow. Not sure what's going on here. Did he run out of fuel? Not really sure what happened to Kevin. Hope everything's all right, Kevin. All right, Jared Akey here back in 12th. Still running good. Looks like he's got that car all fixed back up. All the damage fixed on it. He's 10 laps down, but running in the 12th position. Brandon Leonard running in the 13th position, 18 laps down. Trying to salvage a good finish out of this race. Ed Hewitt back here in 14th. Got a little damage on that right rear, but running in the 14th spot, 20 laps down. I'm not sure what's going on with Kevin. He's just kind of coasting around the track here. All right, well, let's get back up here. David Shutt now 2 seconds behind our leader, Travis Townsend. As Travis comes to take 4 laps to go this time. And we're going to stay right on Travis now till we get to the end. He is our leader, and he does deserve that camera time for the race that he ran here. He's pulled out to 2.2 seconds ahead of David Shutt. Sean Butler now 3.7 seconds behind him in the 3rd spot. This time by, going to be 3 to go, folks. 3 more circuits around this Las Vegas Speedway. Travis just hitting his marks and playing it cool right now. Not worried about anybody challenging him. Coming to the line, going to be 2 to go. Hitting his marks, playing it safe. Not trying to put too much pressure on that car to make it loose. And that's going to be the important key here for 2 more circuits around here. This time by, going to get the white flag here. 1 more lap for Travis. He's going to bring her home here tonight at Las Vegas. Here at Maximum Speed Racing, you're going to see the great racing. You guys stick with me here. I'm telling you, I'm going to show you some great racing. This is where you're going to see it right here. These guys put on some great super races. Very respectful and, you know, clean racers, and that's what it takes. That's what we're always looking for here at Maximum Speed Racing. All right, Travis bringing it to the line here. Coming out of turn 4. Bringing it down. Crossing the line. Travis Townsend winning here tonight at Las Vegas. Good job by Travis. Wow, what a finish. David Shutt finishing 2nd. And Sean Butler bringing it home 3rd. All right, everybody up here giving him a little love tap, congratulating him. We'll try to get down here in a minute and get a word in with him and give him a congratulations. Travis Townsend, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, Rudy.
Congratulations, Travis. Good, clean race there at the end. Was you a little bit worried about David Shutt there for a little while? Because, boy, he was putting the pressure on you.
Yeah, I was definitely watching the mirror there on that last green flag start. He took a couple of looks there to the inside, and that draft was keeping him right on my bumper, so I knew I couldn't slip or I was going to be in trouble there. So.
Well, how did the car feel for you out there today? Did it feel pretty comfortable on the long green flag run?
Yeah, overall it was pretty good. This was actually the first time I'd ever ran this car on this track. I got a lot of laps in the trucks here, so I was kind of surprised that when I got in and I got it to hook up as well as I did. It got a little tight on the long run, but as long as you backed up the corners and saved the right front, it was a pretty good setup overall.
Well, we've seen a lot of side-by-side racing there. It started out with a couple cautions, but once the field got kind of spread out, it turned out to be a pretty decent race. But, you know, we watched you there, Travis. I know you didn't get a lot of TV time because there was a lot of battles going on back behind you. But congratulations bringing a home top spot here today, Travis. Good job out there, buddy.
Thank you, Rudy.
You want to give a shout-out to anybody, Travis?
I give a shout-out to everybody up front there running clean and having a good fun race, and you guys over at Max Speed. Like I said before, you always do a real good job with everything, so appreciate the broadcast and everything. They're fun to go back and watch, so thank you all.
All right, thank you, Travis, and congratulations again. David Shutt, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
Thanks for Rudy.
Way to bring it home second there, David. Congratulations. Coming down to them last few laps there, we noticed you kind of started drifting back a little bit. Had you used up all your tires and everything, and you were just kind of trying to hang in there for second?
Yeah, I had driven really hard on the first part of the run to try to get past him, and once it got away from me, I knew it was pretty much over. I knew that I was fast enough for second, so it was still a great race. He just outraced us.
Yeah, I was going to ask Travis there, you know, if I was talking to him earlier in the week, and I was going to ask him if he maybe learned a little bit there about saving the tires, and I think maybe he might have. I'm not sure if he's listening in right now, but by the looks of everything, it didn't look like he tried to just like dominate the field by pulling away 4 or 5 seconds. He was out front, stayed out there, and just ran just hard enough to stay ahead of you. And that, you know, in my opinion, that kind of helps you save the tires a little bit instead of just running the thing flat out, you know. But great job to you today, David. Congratulations on your second spot. Do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Just shout out to the top 5 drivers that had a very clean race tonight, and to Travis for winning the fair and square race.
All right, David. Well, thank you very much, and good job out there today, buddy. Sean Butler, this is Rudy Cummings in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Great run out there today, Sean. Looked like maybe Travis kind of had the field covered a little bit today, and David Shutt was pretty fast. But, you know, I know you're all about tire management. Had you used up your tires by the end of the race and just couldn't quite get up there and race with them guys?
You know, it looked like everyone used up their tires the way Travis was getting around here. I wasn't using up my tires at all. It's just he was just that much faster than all of us, and just good on him. I don't know how he was holding those quick times like that, but wish I could learn it. But congratulations to him.
All right, Sean. Well, great racing out there today, buddy. You know, did you see, was you happy with the way the car handled and everything out there today? I mean, did it feel pretty comfortable to you?
It could definitely use a little loosening up. It was a little tight, and it never got any better. It just stayed tight, and if you missed your line a little bit, it just aggravated that tightness, and it just made it even worse. And I know a lot of guys were struggling scraping the walls off with 2, and I can understand that. You gotta hit your line perfectly, or you just get real tight and you gotta get off the gas, and it is what it is for these stick shutouts.
That's for sure, buddy. Well, congratulations again on your third place finish here tonight, Sean. Good job out there today. And you want to give a special shout out to anybody?
Well, I just thank you guys again for putting on these great races, and just want to say to William Kirk, me and him came into this race tied in the points, and he had his computer issue in the middle of that race, and it just sucks to have something like that happen when you're just battling right there for the points, and I just feel bad for him. So he's good enough; he can come back from it.
That's for sure, buddy. That's for sure. Yeah, too bad that happened. Yeah, he was running so well, and I know you and him were having a blast up there running together. So, but yeah, shout out to William. Feel bad for him. Go get him next time, buddy. But anyhow, congratulations, Sean, on your third place finish, and we'll get this thing wrapped up. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ray.
All right, so let's give the rundown here and see where everybody wound up finishing. Travis Townsend, of course, our winner. David Shutt finishing 2.5 seconds behind him in the second spot. Great run by David. Sean Butler in third, probably going to maintain the points lead, I'm sure. Stephen Pearson in fourth. Tommy Lee finishing fifth. Kevin Schofield 6th, Dustin Lee 7th, Vic Greenwood finishing 8th, Robert Craze, good run by Robert tonight, 9th. Donald King had a super good run. I'm very proud of that run, 10th. Kevin O'Brien, good job by Kevin tonight, finishing 11th. Jared Akey coming back from the entanglement that he got into early, had a lot of damage on that car, sat on pit road, got it fixed up, and got back out there and finished 12th. Brandon Leonard finishing 13th, Ed Hewitt 14th, Michael D'Amico 15th, William Kirk having computer issues finishing 16th, Danny McCoon 17th, and Christopher Perryman 18th. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up, guys, from Las Vegas, and we will see you next week right here. Now, we've got no more races for Maximum Speed Racing the rest of this week, broadcast, I should say. We do run the V8 Supercars on Saturday night, but I run in that. I don't broadcast it. So, but we will be broadcasting here tomorrow night, starting at I believe it's about 7 o'clock Eastern time, with the BARC competition racing, and then we will be going to the IWCR later on in the evening. So stay with us tomorrow night. Thanks for following us here at MaxSpeedTV, and if you're thinking about joining the Maximum Speed Racing League, look us up on excuse me, look us up on iRacing. Look under Maximum Speed Racing League in the league directory, and send us a little application there, and we'll accept you and go from there. We do run the trucks on Tuesday night, the Gen 6 on Wednesday night, on Thursday night the Nationwide, and on Saturday night we run the V8 Supercars road courses. We've got a couple ovals in there, but which this what we're going to be running this Saturday night. We'll be running at Rockingham. I'll get it right. So that's going to be a very cool race. Kevin O'Brien is our points leader at the moment. So great run by him. He's been really pretty much consistent and having some great runs on these road courses. He's our Aussie guy, and you know them Aussies, they know them road courses pretty good. So all right, but until tomorrow night, we'll see you here from MaxSpeedTV.